My name is Judith Rochecouste. I'm from Monash University, and I was fortunate to have an ALTC grant, a competitive grant at the time, whereby we looked at international students' ongoing English language growth. The project involved 5 universities, extended over 2 years, and has recently come to an end. The application process for me was rather, I was fortunate because I had written this idea as a smaller grant for another grant body, and which meant a matter of building it up, creating a stronger argument, updating the literature and making it much more substantial and a much bigger project for the ALTC. But it's an idea that my colleagues and myself had shared for quite a few years and had tried various places to find something that would really fit it in terms of funding. And finally, we were fortunate enough that the ALTC criteria was exactly what fitted our project. I think in writing a grant proposal, I really look at it as maybe a month's solid work, just to focus on it and to be able to update it, get the latest literature. I also think it's a matter of developing a really good argument. The whole idea is to convince the people who are assessing this grant that it's good enough to fund. So there's really a lot of argumentation type language and writing that goes into the process. And I like writing a good argument. I think one of the tricky things is getting the budget together, and you need a lot of sort of a bit of accounting experience really in being able to cost out airfares, cost out a seminar series or a conference, or bear in mind all the sorts of things that you might find you need money for. And even with some experience in writing grants, I found that there were things we forgot to include. We forgot to include incentives for students to fill out the survey. We forgot to include various small things, and they were only suggested to me at our research meetings after the fact. Now, it's too late to ask for more money then, so you have to be careful that there's enough in the other categories to make sure you can cover these small things which will always pop up quite unawares. Another important tip is to make sure that there is room in your budget to buy out some time for yourself from your own teaching, because there is a tremendous amount of work involved in managing a project over different universities and to get together the sorts of deliverables that the ALTC wants and to do the dissemination. So it's not something you can do as well as your full-time teaching load or administrative load or whatever it may be. And I didn't do this, but I really should have applied for some buyout to allow me time to do this. The people who were most helpful were the other partners in the project who read the proposal and made all sorts of comments for me. And also one particular person rewrote the abstract to make it fit to ALTC requirements much more, and I was very thankful for that. It was those second opinions and other sorts of assistance that came from people who knew the field that was very useful for me. I think one of the partners I had worked with for many years, and she was sort of a co-leader as well, because we know the area well. We'd worked on the together previously when we wanted to put the grant into another funding body, and we've done lots of research together, so we work very well together. The other partners, one of them that I had met, and he said he'd be interested in being involved, and 2 or 3 others that she had met as well. And also we had one partner who had family difficulties and wasn't able to be involved the whole time. And she actually nominated two very, very attentive partners from her university, and they were absolutely terrific in running trials for us and everything. I think the success of our project is mainly due to the work of our project manager. Now, this is somebody that Rhonda and I had worked with previously, and we knew she was very good. We didn't realise she'd be so strict with us, and really kept us working on us, continually focused, kept everybody in contact. We had a online hub where she loaded documents continually so that everyone got access to them. And she really worked hard and was absolutely focused the whole time, because as far as our roles were concerned, we were pulled off to do teaching, to do this and to do other things. But she always brought us back and focused again. So she was really wonderful, and we wouldn't have succeeded without her. One thing I'd advise people about is to very quickly attend to their ethics approval. Now, one of the ALTC requirements is that you actually have partner institutions, maybe 1, 2, 3 or more. You need to bear in mind, therefore, that an ethics approval needs to occur in every university. Now, a lot of universities will just wait for Monash to say it's approved and we'll go along with that. Some of them don't. And Monash itself takes a while for the ethics approval to come through the system. So you may not find that you're able to start collecting data as soon as you want, as with all research.